shine, want me shine, yeah. One time for my guy, yeah. Hold it ground, hold me down, yeah. You know I shine, I'ma shine, yeah. My God, hold me down, I'ma shine, yeah. For my God, watch me shine. Whoa, whoa, I'm gonna shine. Whoa, you know I gotta shine, watch me shine.
All right, y'all, it is time to shine. It is time to shine. The internet was trying to not allow us to be great, but nevertheless, we still pushing through. I'm your host, King Jewelz, Julian Smartrimple. Welcome to the RTJ Show experience. Welcome to our podcast and our Facebook Live show. We are literally in the month of July. For those who celebrated the holiday this past weekend, shout out to all of the veterans and all of those that were able to travel and recently see their family this summer. I know here in the ATL, it was a lot of activity that was happening. Shout out to those who caught any of the events in your local city. I'm thankful to be in a very open city that has all the businesses open, and also patrons are patronizing the business. So shout out to all of those that celebrated this past weekend. But nevertheless, we are here back again for another Tuesday, very special episode. Literally the guest that we're going to have her come back on shortly, but she had an emergency. She's a dynamic entrepreneur, and also she is a businesswoman that is going to be talking to you all about how she got her start flying as a helicopter pilot. And so I'm excited to bring her back later on this summertime. But we're going to just be having an episode just touching base with what we are doing here with the RTJ show, and also what we are doing with our entity, Smart Jewelz Enterprises, for the rest of 2021. And so episode 161 is titled Forecasting into the Second Half of 2021. And for those who have been tracking with us any length of time, you know good and well that we always like to forecast what is about to happen. If you are someone that does vision boards, if you do dream boards, or even if you're someone that likes to plan in advance, you are going to want to know what you want to accomplish for this last half of 2021. There's no excuses, as I always like to say on the show, because now things are starting to become more open. And so you are able to have the opportunity to get out there and to make it happen, and even to travel. For those that weren't able to travel recently last year, you have the opportunity right in front of us to go and do your thing for the rest of this year. And so I'm going to get ready to bring in our VIP sponsor for tonight's episode. This is not going to be a long episode. We're just going to be highlighting and forecasting some of the awesome things that we have in store for the rest of 2021. If you haven't already, go and subscribe and listen to the Run the Jewelz Show on all podcast episodes, and also all platforms that you listen to your podcast on. We're literally, I think, on episode 36 that we just released this week. And so we're going back to the vault each and every week to go and release some of our season 1 podcast episodes. And so shout out to all of our jewels that have been a part of our show's success all the way from season 1. To stay in touch with us, You could also click the link that I'm about to drop in the comment section to see what additional workshops, webinars, consulting, and additional services that we have for the rest of 2021. And if you are interested in being a future guest, we're already booked right now up until I think mid or late August. But if you have what it takes, if you have a brand, if you are a young professional, a millennial especially, and you want to share your expertise or your business with our audience, our international audience of jewels, go and click the link also that I'm going to put in the comment section to make sure that you can sign up for our interest in our RTJ show. And so without further ado, I'm going to get ready to bring in our very special VIP sponsor for tonight's episode. Each and every week, we do have a sponsor that we highlight for the RTJ show. And so shout out again to this week's VIP sponsor comes from Hope Christian International Ministries. Take a look and see what Hope Christian International Ministries does, and I'll be back. So again, shout out to Hope Christian International Ministries. They are an international school and ministry out of River Cess, Liberia, and also by way of Monrovia, Liberia. If you have not been to the motherland, especially West Africa, you definitely want to see what Hope Christian International Ministries does, so you can see how to go out and even support some of their projects that they're working on for their school. I believe they go from elementary all the way up to middle school now. They're looking to expand in 2022 into the high schools for both boys and girls, kings and queens. And so tonight's episode 161 has been sponsored by Hope Christian International Ministries. And so shout out again to our VIP sponsors that have been a part of this season 3. Each and every week, we do have, again, a new VIP sponsor. And so if you are interested, you could also click the link that I'm about to drop in the comments section to see how you can be a part of our RTJ show sponsorships. And also, if you are interested in hosting a show or even taking over what we call on the RTJ show a future episode, we also have slots for VIP takeover host. If you are trying to get your chops up, as I like to say, with hosting your own show, look no further. We have a testing ground where we can allow you to host your own show by taking over the RTJ podcast and the Facebook live show series. And so if you have what it takes, definitely click the link also that is in the comment section, so we can sign you up for a future episode to do a guest hosting opportunity. But I'm about to get ready to also show, because our PowerPoint is not allowing us to log in today for some reason, but we're still going to show you what some of our sponsors are that we host for the Smart Jewels Enterprises and also the RTJ show. And so shout out to, again, our VIP sponsor again. For episode 161 comes from Hope Christian International Ministries. But also take a look and see what some of the services that we provide for financial management and financial wellness. We are literally a platform and also an international service that focuses on personal development, health and wellness, and most importantly, financial management and wellness. And so take a look and see how you can have your finances work for you this summer, so that for one, you can get out of debt, and for two, that you can live financially free going into the new year of 2022 coming up. So take a look and see one of our publications for our marketing for Smart Jewelz Enterprises. So as you can see, our motto is "We create, you shine." That is our motto for Smart Jewelz Enterprises, which actually is the host that powers the Run the Jewelz Show. We have consultants and also creatives that we work with to help you specifically for this broadcast that you just saw for our highlight reel in finances. Finances is one of the big key areas that a lot of people struggle with each and every year, especially during the recent pandemic. We all know how the economy was turned upside down with people being laid off, with people that were struggling to literally find a job or even to support their families. And so this was a wake-up call for a lot of us that may have taken for granted the ability to be able to have only one source of income versus having multiple streams of income. And so this is something that I know that I had to deal with myself in finding different avenues, different ways to create different streams of income so that I can pay off my college loan student debt. And I had some minor credit card debt from all the way back in 2010 of my last years of college. And so if this is you, if you have college student loan debt, if you have credit card debt, if you have car repayment loans, or even if you have medical debt, which is the most common form of debt for millennials and even baby boomers, definitely let us help you. Let us help you find the best strategy. We put together customized financial debt freedom plans so that you can find a way to get out of debt so that you can build a legacy of financial wealth for your children and your children's children. And so I'm excited for this summertime for us to be helping over 50 clients get out of debt. We're about to kick back off Financial Peace University online classes. So if you are interested in signing up for those classes, I'm also put in the link in the comment section where you can sign up to find out how you can join our financial freedom journey. This is not for everybody, as I like to say. This is only for those that are serious about building their wealth and also attaining financial freedom for their children and for their children's children. And so shout out to all of our VIP jewels that have also been a part of the Smart Jewelz Enterprise Network in our family. We are hosting tons of opportunities and networking events for people to be able to get out of debt, and also so that they can do financial debt management and financial wellness to get well with their finances. And so if this is you, feel free to click the link that I'm also putting in the comment section so you can get out of debt this year. Stop playing with debt. Stop playing with the creditors. Stop playing with your legacy, your financial legacy. Make sure that you are working on getting out of debt and having a plan to get out of debt this year in 2021. Things are not going to get better as people think. The inflation is already taking place. If you go to your local supermarket, if you go to your local grocery store, you can see that the price of things such as fruit, vegetables, and even meat is becoming more scarce, but also fruits and vegetable prices are going up. And so you want to make sure that you also have your financials going up and that you are creating different avenues and different streams to make sure that you can find a way to create new streams of income for your family to survive, and even for you to not rely on just one, one source of income. And so definitely see also what one of our third legs are that we do for Smart Jewelz Enterprises. For those that are just tuning in, we're just highlighting forecasting for the rest of 2021, what some of our services are that we provide for Smart Jewelz Enterprises, which is the official sponsor for the RTJ show, and it's powered the RTJ show from season 1 all the way to season 3. But for those that are also interested in getting their health and wellness together for the rest of 2021, so that you can go into the fall and the winter season when most people are sick and most people are bedridden. Hopefully this is not you, but we have wellness kits that we just launched recently this last month of June. And so we are local here in Atlanta, but we are delivering packages of wellness kits to those that are here in the US. And so if this is someone that is listening or that is watching, that you want to improve your health, that you want to get on some natural herbs, some wellness products that we have for Smart Jewelz Enterprises, take a look at this video to see what products that we serve, that we provide of service to our clients that work in the health and wellness sector of Smart Jewelz Enterprises. Well, we had a little audio glitch with that one, but we're going to definitely highlight that in a future episode. I know the internet, for those that are just tuning in with us today, it's not trying to allow us to be great. So typically our PowerPoint that we usually show is not even wanting to come up today. But we are still pushing forward, because that's what you have to do when you are creative, when you are an entrepreneur. You don't always wait for the perfect situation, the perfect setup. You have to be able to adjust and also to be able to press forward when things are not happening. And so we're talking about forecasting into the second half of 2021 this year. And so shout out to all of those jewels that are listening or that have been tuning in with us. Definitely stay tuned, because we do have a great amount of entrepreneurs and special guests that are coming for the rest of 2021 here in the summertime specifically. And so stay tuned to see what we are going to be doing for RTJ for the second half of 2021. Also, too, for those that are interested, we have a health and wellness VIP event that is coming up here in Atlanta, Georgia. Followed by one of our VIP sponsors that we have highlighted also this summer. So take a look at the save the date flyer that is on the screen for those that are here local in the ATL. If you are familiar with the Mercedes-Benz Stadium, right around the corner, they have a very artistic location that goes by the name of Castleberry Hill Art District. And so if you are familiar with the art scene here in Atlanta, I'm sure you've heard somewhat about the art strolls that they have all across the city of Atlanta, each and every art district, specifically in the city, and also even in different counties, neighboring counties outside of the city of Atlanta. They host an art stroll. It's typically on the second Friday of each month. They just started it back up now that things are opening back up post-COVID season. And so August 13th at 6 p.m. all the way until 10 p.m. at the Coffee Loft located at 322 Peter Street, Southwest Atlanta, Georgia, 30313. They're going to be hosting a wellness event that also we are tagging on and being a co-sponsor of. And so shout out to the Hugo Bar ATL, who has also been a VIP sponsor here on the RTJ show. But we're kicking off nothing but health and wellness and financial management initiatives for 2021. Last year, we did a lot of marketing and also events in the personal development space, but we're literally focusing on health and wellness and financial wellness and management for 2021. And so if you are in the ATL again, pop up on us, pull up on us at the Castleberry Hill Art Stroll, and head on over to the Coffee Loft. It's located at the end of Peter Street, right across the street from City of Ink, and also from Two Chains restaurant that's also at the end of Peter Street. For those that know about the Art District and know about Castleberry Hill, You probably rode past the Coffee Loft a number of times, but definitely pull up on us August 13th at 6 p.m. at 6 p.m. all the way to 10 p.m. To be a VIP guest for our wellness event. We actually are having an exclusive wellness event at 8 p.m. At the Coffee Loft, and this is only going to be for some of our select VIP jewels that have been supporting us throughout the 2020 and 2021 season and years. And so if you have been a part of our ministry and our outreach, definitely keep a lookout, because we will be providing some VIP invites for our VIP selective guests that are invited to a specific VIP tasting at this event. But you can still come and participate and also purchase some of the wellness products. We'll even have our wellness kits that you saw a little bit of in the video that we didn't have playing the audio, but you can still purchase some of our wellness kits that we will have active and also available for those that will be at the event. And so I'm going to go over what is in the wellness kits again, just so you can know before you come what you can potentially purchase, because we are going to be having gold wellness kits, diamond wellness kits, and also platinum wellness kits. And so for those that are just interested in getting their health kick started, if you're not into taking herbs or taking vitamins, or even to having wellness spa days or wellness days, I'm a firm believer, even though I'm a man, I'm a king, that you have to take care of your body and it will take care of you. And so we believe here at the RTJ show, and also for Smart Jewels Enterprises, in getting massages and taking baths and being able to get yourself manicured, especially for men and women out there. You don't have to just be a woman to take care of not just your hygiene, but to take care of your body. And so in this short clip, you can see some of the items that we do serve in selling for our wellness kits. We have Epsom salt. We have charcoal eucalyptus bar soap. We have journals. We have herbs, spirulina. We have ashwagandha, tea tree oil. We have glucose tablets for those that may struggle with their blood sugar, and also needing to have healthy forms of sugar in their diet and also in their lifestyle. And then on top of that, we have 3 wick candles, Bath and Body Work candles, especially for those that are looking just to relax and to chillax, as my mentor Keith says, and to really just take time to see what you would like to accomplish for the rest of 2021 in a bath, or just put on a candle and put on some nice music, get a journal that we provide you with the wellness kits, and even massagers to make sure that you are feeling great for the rest of 2021. And so definitely you can see some of the items that we provide, and this is just one of our wellness kits, but we do have 3 different levels that you can plug into for your health, because your health should be a main priority for you. If COVID-19 has not taught us anything, you should now know that you need to make your health a priority, which means that you need to work on what you want your body to sustain itself with by the end of this year. And so we do have health and wellness coaching that we also offer along with our wellness kits. We've had clients that we've served since 2019 in helping them not just to lose weight, but even to eat cleaner, to eat healthier. I'm someone that is alkaline vegan. And so I'm someone that has also followed Dr. Sebi's diet, and also his regimen that he provides for those who are alkaline vegan. But that doesn't have to be you. Even if you're someone that eats fish still, if you eat chicken still, I would prefer that people are migrating off of beef and also off of ham and pig and pork, because that is, again, one of the biggest detractors of literally having a healthy arteries, healthy lungs, and also healthy kidneys and liver, especially for men and Black men, especially. We got to get off that pork and get off that beef, you all. But if you are someone that is looking migrate into chicken or even into fish. I have a ton of pescatarian friends and family members that we have helped them tirelessly throughout the last year to eat cleaner and to eat healthier. Your health is your wealth, and you cannot be truly wealthy if your body is crap and if your body is not healthy. And so you could have all the money in the world, you could have all the investments, but if you're not able to enjoy this life that Yah has given you, what is the point of really living? What is the point of truly chasing after money if you will not be able to enjoy the fruits of your labor? And so choose to live healthy this year by clicking the link that we also have in the comment section so that you can be a part of our health and wellness journey. We're all about health and wellness this year and financial freedom. And so if this is you, definitely feel free to click the link that's also in the comment section to be a part of our health and wellness products that we provide. Also, for those that are just tuning in, each and every week we drop a new podcast episode. And so you can catch our podcast on all podcast platforms. I'm going to search really quick to find our image that we have for the RTJ show, because we want to make sure that we are not just running the jewels for you all for the Facebook Live show that we turn into podcast episodes, but that also you can listen on your own. You can feel free to catch our previous jewels that we have released since 2019. You all, we have been tirelessly educating our audience, elevating our audience, and empowering our audience to take their life and to take their business, to take their careers to the next level. And so if this is you, definitely go and follow us on any of the podcast platforms at Run the Jewelz Podcast Show. You can click any podcast platform and go in the search engine and search for us. But we have tons of jewels that we have provided from 2019 to 2021 now with young professionals, entrepreneurs, and just seasoned veterans, people that are about their business and are not afraid to share their ministry, their talents, and their gifts with us. And so if this is you, again, click the link that's in the comment section to listen to one of our current podcast episodes, or go and subscribe to us and also follow us on IG on all podcast platforms. But if you are interested in being a VIP guest on one of our next episodes for the month of August or September, or if you just want to be a VIP sponsor to highlight your business, take a look and see how you can become a VIP sponsor for the rest of season 3 this year. So as you heard me say again, we have tons of opportunities to allow you to shine this year. And so if you are an entrepreneur, if you are someone that is a young professional that just wants to take your career to the next level, you all definitely click the link that's in the comment section to be a podcast VIP sponsor. We've had a ton of sponsors already for season 2 and also season 3. But we still have a few more open slots for the month of August and September. And so if this is you, definitely click the link that is in the comment section. But as I promised, this is the cover page for our podcast series on all podcast platforms. So if you see this image of myself, the Run the Jewelz podcast show hosted by yours truly, King Jules, Julian Smart Rimple, that means that you have subscribed to the right platform. And so shout out to our subscribers and our jewels that have followed us already for season 2 and also season 3. but we got a lot of heat that we are going to be bringing to you for the rest of 2021 in the second half of this year. And so tonight's episode 161, forecasting into the second half of 2021, you all, for those that may just be joining us, I'm just highlighting what we do here on the RTJ show by way of Smart Jewelz Enterprises, which is our official sponsor for the show, and creating the show and branding the show under the Smart Jewelz Enterprise business venture. And so if you have not heard about what we do, we focus solely on health and wellness, personal development, and also on financial management and wellness. And so these are the three core areas of what we do for Smart Jewelz Enterprises, and also even what we highlight on the RTJ show. And so take a look and click the link that's in the comment section to see how we can help you shine for the rest of 2021, how we can help you get to the next level with your brand, how we can help you get to the next level with your ministry. Whatever you are doing right now, people need to know what you are doing, how you are helping others, how you are advancing your community. It's not time to be silent and to think that you have to have everything perfect, but allow us to help you shine this year. Also, too, I want to highlight one of our VIP sponsors that we are going to be partnering with this summer and this fall in the health and wellness sector to do some health and wellness workshops, some meal prep planning for those who are looking to eat cleaner and to eat healthier, and especially to eat more vegan friendly, you all. Whether you are vegan or not, vegetarian or not, there's still ways that you can incorporate vegan dishes and also vegetarian dishes into your regular diet and into your lifestyle to eat cleaner, to have cleaner arteries, to have a cleaner heart and a stronger heart, to have a cleaner and more focused mind. A lot of people don't realize how much the foods that we eat, especially high sugar foods, high salt foods, which lead to diabetes and also broken down kidneys and broken down livers, especially if you don't have enough water intake to flush out your kidneys and your liver, and to also flush out your colon. Especially for Black men, you need to be flushing out your colon with detoxing and cleansing at least 2 to 3 times a year. And so take a look at one of our VIP sponsors that we are partnering with for the RTJ show that goes by the name of Smart Food Kitchen. We will be highlighting some events, cooking demos, and also meal prep plans that you can get involved with Smart Food Kitchen throughout the rest of this summer going into the fall. And so take a look at what Smart Food Kitchen is, and also what this dynamic platform and program and service does for the Atlanta community. So as you can see, again, shout out to Smart Food Kitchen. Shout out to Smart Food Kitchen, which is also one of our business partners that we are partnering with for the rest of 2021. Unless you've been sleeping under a rock and just are watching us for the first time, we are focusing on health and wellness this season, you all. We are focusing on the health and wellness of the mind, the body, and the soul, in which that always starts with what are you eating and how are you feeling when you eat. And so if this is you, if you're someone that wants to get better with your eating, with your health, if you don't want to be groggy, you don't want to be clouded with your mindset, with your vision, if you're someone that needs to have a stronger and a more a better memory, if you are someone that even wants to have your thought process clearer, your vision clearer for the rest of 2021, or if you just want to get off the pills. I'm someone that has helped family and friends get off the pills. You do not need pills in order to live with the healthcare system, no matter what they push your way. there are ways to get off of pills and to also have herbs, alkaline and vegan and vegetarian dishes that are incorporated into your diet. So you do not have to be on dialysis, that you do not have to be on pills to get your iron levels up, that you do not have to be on things that you need to take insulin for diabetes. I'm tired of hearing excuses that this is in my family, and so this is just the way it is, that I've always struggled with this. It's always going to be this way. Stop speaking death over your life. I've talked to a good amount of people this year, especially now that things are opening back up. Stop speaking death over your life. Power is in your tongue. Death and life is in the power of your tongue, as Proverbs says. And so stop speaking negativity over yourself. Stop speaking death over yourself. Just because your family member struggled with this does not mean that you are the one that has to continue the struggle for your family with it. Some of us have to step up and break the curses that we have willingly admitted to because we have not decided to draw a line in the sand and to say that not in my house, not in my family, not in my life am I going to continue to have my health be at the bottom of my priorities. And I'm not going to have sickness, illness, or disease take over my life and to destroy my future, because it really does destroy one's future, whether you realize it or not, because you can continue to fake like you are happy, but you go and look around at the hospital and really see how many people are truly smiling when they are in physicians, when they are in doctors' rooms, when they are in outpatient surgery locations. You go in and take a poll this summer and look at how many people have smiles still on their faces. Not to say that there are not people still having a positive outlook when they're in the hospitals, but after you are constantly having to go back to the hospital, after you're constantly having to go back and get treatments for things that you yourself could have prevented if you changed your mindset, if you had a paradigm shift to change up your mentality of making health and wellness a priority. That is what we are talking about this year. For Smart Jewelz Wellness, choose another way, choose another path to live healthy. We have wellness kits again, detoxes and cleanses are coming soon. And we also provide health and wellness coaching for those that need accountability partners. And if you need accountability just to make sure your health is a priority this season, don't wait for others to, again, diagnose you. Don't wait for doctors to tell you what you should be doing. You take responsibility for your life. You and I and all of us need to take responsibility for this body that we have been given by Yah, and we also need to take responsibility for this life that we have been given. You are not called to live a great life if you choose to live reckless and you choose to live unhealthy. There's sound advice that's always out there, but you have to be able to make a decision to go a different way and to follow through with what you know you should be doing. All of us know when we are not eating healthy or when we are gaining too much weight, either subconsciously or consciously. And so we are tapping into the subconscious, which reflects in what the conscious mind and also your conscious actions exhibit. And so we are not trying to have you dependent on the government with financial aid or financial assistance. We are not trying to have you dependent on doctors or local physicians. Unless you are getting mental counseling or mental health, because we do promote mental health and mental counsel, but you should not be in the doctor's office on a regular basis when a lot of the premeditative things that we can do can prevent us from having sickness, illness, or disease. Sickness, illness, or disease is not something that you have to live with. You got to make a decision for yourself. If you have children, your family is watching you. Your family and your kids are looking at your habits and looking at what you do on a regular basis. And so break the chain and break the curse, especially of sickness, illness, and disease residing in your family tree. It is not something that you have to accept. You have to rebuke it, strike it down, and shun it. Do not accept that you are going to be the one that also has to struggle with diabetes, that you are the one that's going to have to struggle with hypertension. Let's make a decision. Tune in to see with the link that's in the comment section how you can also be held accountable and also be encouraged throughout your health and wellness journey. I'm also going to get ready. I'm just looking for it real quick to bring up another one of our services that we do provide for the RTJ show and also for Smart Jewelz Enterprises. For those that are just tuning in with us, we are on episode 161. We're just doing a little bit of forecasting, a little bit of visioneering into the second half of 2021. I had my pretty and plush PowerPoint ready for you all to show you what we're doing for the rest of 2021. But of course, the internet isn't wanting me to be great and wanting us to be great. So you can see some of the things that we have in store for the rest of 2021. But despite that, we are still pressing forward and we are still pushing on. This is exactly what you have to do as a creative or as an entrepreneur. You cannot let life get you down, and you cannot let things get you distracted. You have to stay the course. You have to stay focused, and you have to keep your eyes on the prize, no matter what is happening around you. And so take a look. I'm pulling it up in 1 second. Take a look and see what we are also doing for Smart Jewelz Enterprises this year. You could take a look and see what we are doing if this video shows for me. But we'll just put this on the screen for right now until we can get this video showing, because I know this is something that we're going to be showing throughout the rest of this month of July. But nothing changes unless you change your mindset. And with changing your mindset, you have to eliminate all excuses. I love this quote that I saw on the internet last month, or I think it was at the end of May. When I lost all of my excuses, I found all my results. When I lost all of my excuses, I found all of my results. What results are you needing to find, but are being blocked or are being literally shunned by your excuses that you put in as a priority in your life? A lot of people make excuses. There are those who are watchers and there are those who are doers. The most excuses are made by those who are watchers and those who are talkers. The talkers and the watchers are the ones that literally are passed by and dragged by a lot of people who are doers, that are about their business, that are about that work, that put in that work, you all. The doers that are out there, shout out to all the jewels that are doers and creators and motivators and inspirers out there. But when you lose all of your excuses, only then will you truly find results. You have to eliminate all excuses this season, you all. You have to be able to make a different choice for you and your life so that you can live right now like no one else. And as Dave Ramsey says, so that later on you can live and you can give like no one else. Nothing changes unless you change, you all. And so you have to make a decision with your mindset first to change. Change nothing and nothing changes is also another great quote. When you change nothing, nothing will change. It's always interesting when I meet coaching clients or any potential interest in coaching and being coached. And I always ask them when we do our first initial discovery session, I have them make a list of things that they are trying to change about, let's say, their public speaking or their fear of public speaking, that they're trying to change with their small business, because we have small business coaching and public speaking coaching too, or that they are trying to change with their health and wellness. And then they literally have a problem coming up with the excuses compared to what things they are trying to change. And so you can have a long laundry list of things that you want to change about your life, whether it's your memory, whether it's your mindset, whether it's your health, whether it's your job, whether it's your business, whether it's your location that you're living in. But a lot of times we have trouble with listing the excuses that go side by side. And so when you are not someone that is being realistic and also being honest with yourself, you will literally have more things that you want to change versus the excuses that will prevent you from that change. And so when the excuses take over the change, then you literally are stuck. You are literally stuck. You are literally blocked. You are literally not able to truly get in motion, or you might get in motion a little bit. You might start up or crank the engine up a little bit, but you're not able to really hit that flow. You're not really able to be able to hit that long distance. You're not able to get your stride, as I like to say. I love track and field. So that's one of the main events that I'm going to be watching. I don't know about you all, but I'm definitely going to be watching track and field and also swimming for the Olympics coming up this month. So shout out to all of the runners, all of the track stars out there. We've actually had quite a few athletes that have been a part of track and field. But you have to be able to go the long distance. You have to be able to not burn out quickly. A lot of people that have more excuses versus what things they want to change, they burn out quickly. They get out of the starting blocks, but then when they hit that second curve, or if you're running the 400, typically when you come around that last bend to get to the last curve, you can see a lot of folks that were not training to push through on that last leg, that they get sucked up. I always love seeing, especially with the women's races, that there could be some of the runners that start off quick from the blocks. They start off very fast coming out the blocks. But when they get to that last turn, and this is for somebody, when they get to that last turn, they have that gorilla that hops on their back. I had it happen to me when I ran track and also did some track and field events. I went to a Hawaii Invitational when I was in high school with my brother and his family. But I ran the 400 meter for the first time. I never had ran any longer runs outside of doing the 100 or the 200. And then I did a little bit of high jump events, but also the 400 meter. I have a new respect for those that run the 400 or the 4x400, because when you run that full lap on the track, you have to be able to hit that last corner quickly. You have to be able to hit that last corner strong. You can't slack when you hit that last corner, because that is where it really separates those who have trained successfully for the long haul, or those that were just looking to start off quickly so that everybody can clap, that everybody can look at you and also see that you are doing well for the first leg. But the last leg is really what shows who are the preparers and who are the ones that have done their just due homework, because that last leg takes out a lot of people. And so when you in your life don't focus on the last leg that we are about to step into, especially for 2021, you may get sucked up. You may have those people that were already focused from the first quarter, from the second quarter of the year, even the second half of the year, which is where people really get lazy. People really get besides themselves. People tend to slack up because it's around the holiday season. There are those who don't make excuses still. They still push through. They still have the second half of their year already mapped out and already planned out. But I'm asking you, what are you going to accomplish for the rest of 2021? What are you going to accomplish for the rest of 2021? Time waits for no man. If you are someone that likes to sit on the sidelines, that likes to sit in the stands all the time and not go down to the field where the players are, to not go down to the field so you can get close to the locker room to see the players coming out when they are coming to shine, when they are coming to perform, then you are just a watcher. You're just a talker. There's plenty of folks that can critique and that could also even hate, that they can be naysaying or be naysayers over others. But a lot of times those people are also naysayers over their own lives because they don't believe. They have no faith. They have zero faith. They have zero faith. They do not believe in themselves. And so who and what do you believe in is really what we need to focus on for the rest of 2021. If you do not believe in Yah, then again, you are literally on your own. A lot of times people want to only say that they believe in God when their back is against the wall or when they're on their last dying breath. But we firmly believe here at the RTJ show that you have to believe in not a higher power. You have to believe in the highest form of power. Elohim is the master and the creator of this earth and of the universe. And so he has a name. He has a name, Yahweh. He has a name, Yahushua, Yahshua, Hamashiach, Elohim, Elyon, the Almighty God. He has a name. And so he is not just a power. He is an all-knowing, all-encompassing power and being. And so for those that don't believe, I really do shudder to think how the rest of 2021 is going to look for you, because there's still things that are happening and coming down the pipeline. Whether you realize it or not, there are food shortages that are happening all across the globe, especially when it comes to meat. I just watched recently this week IG clip on IGTV where farmers are being mandated to destroy, I think it's either 1 or 2/3 of their crops with the government regulations so that they're not able to sell all of the produce that they create. Why do you think they are trying to have farmers destroy the crops that people can benefit from and people can eat? We all have been hearing about Bill Gates buying up tons of farmland and tons of land with he and his cronies. But there is some stuff that's happening behind the scenes, whether you want to believe it or not, whether you call it a conspiracy or not. There are food shortages that are happening. The media may not just be highlighting it in your city or in your state as much as they are in others. But there is definitely people that are talking about it, that are farmers, that are growers, and that are people that are in tune and that know that something is coming. And so you have to be preparing and planning for what is to come, which means you need to have your house in order. And so that goes back to finances. Where are your finances at right now? Do you have an emergency fund, you all? Do you have an emergency fund that you can protect your family from the storms and also from the inclement weather that is coming? Because last year was a wake-up call. This year and the rest of the years that are going to be transpiring, where inflation is only going to continue to increase, where the job market is going to continue to struggle. They're already projecting that next year is going to be another crash with the stock market for those that are online investors. But if you are not preparing right now, then you are preparing to fail. That's the real jewel for today. If you are not preparing right now with your finances, if you are not preparing right now with your health, then you are preparing to fail, and you are having your family in a position to also fail with you. If you are the head of your household as a king, or even if you are the head of your household as a queen, for all the single mothers that are out there, you have to be able to prepare. There's no excuses now. COVID was the biggest wake-up call to all of us last year for us to see those that prepared versus those that didn't. Those that had their money stacked up for rainy weather and for when storms come, and those that were just living carefree and living check to check. It was a wake-up call that many people did not awaken to. And for those that did not learn by switching up their mentality and their mindset, you cannot survive with debt. You cannot survive with basing your life off of a credit card, off of swiping a card to use. You have to be able to have emergency funds. You have to be able to have money market funds. You have to be able to have investments. You even have to be able to have cash flow, have residual income, because one form of income is not going to get it. Again, one form of income in 2021 and beyond moving forward is not going to cut it. In the RTJ show, we talk about controversial issues all the time, where I have even one of my guests who is a cousin of mine that works in insurance and works in financial management. He's going to be coming on next week to talk to us about what his clients have even been seeing throughout the last 6 to 8 months since the pandemic has been opening the economies and the local governance and government municipalities have started to open up our economy more now this year. But he's going to be talking about some horror stories and also some success stories, so you can see the difference between those who prepared versus those who are playing. Playtime is over. That play, as I always used to say when I was growing up, it's not time to be play. It's not time to be on that play. It's time to maintain and to focus. It's time to focus in and to finish off this year strong, because next year is going to be what next year has been called to be. It's already been foretold what things are going to be happening, but you have to be ready for whatever comes our way, whatever is happening. You have to have your storehouse stored up. You have to have your health in order for if there is a food shortage. You have to have supplies, hopefully for 3 to 6 months, that are non-perishable goods, not just perishable goods that are frozen. These are things that people that really know what's about to happen, and things are going to happen, whether you want to say it now or whether you want to cry later, that are preparing. They're preparing the way. They're not making excuses. They're not making excuses for why they chose not to prepare. There's so many stories and so many things that we can attest to those that chose not to prepare, and the things that happened when they chose that decision. Some of them lost jobs. Some of their families were living literally on a toothpick budget. Some of them were reliant on government aid. Just think if the government aid did not come in. Even for myself, I took that for granted too. Myself as a businessman, an entrepreneur, and someone that has different hustles to stay afloat, because I haven't worked in a job since the end of 2019. You have to be able to prepare for the rain, because it is going to rain. But for those that have to get it out the mud, for those that really have to have their house in order, in their physical house, their spiritual house, their mental house, and their financial house, you're going to be in for a treat next week. My brother and cousin King Earl Rimple is going to be talking about financial wealth principles to finish this year strong. Not to finish this year weak, but to finish this year strong, to finish this year on an all-time high, to finish this year that you are winning and not losing. I'm tired of hearing people make excuses for losing when it's a mentality. Absolutely, Rod, you got it on point, King. The pandemic, you already know what time it is. As Delta said, a lot of people are not ready. A lot of folks are not out here ready, but we're going to see who's ready, and that includes myself. But next week, make sure you tune in. Financial wealth principles to finish this year strong is what we're going to be talking about with Earl Rimple. He's a financial guru and a financial investor. He helps clients get their documents in order for in preparation of death, because whether you believe or not, death is coming, and death is coming for all of us. We're not speaking death right now, but we're not going to live forever. We're not invincible. We're not going to continue to live into our 120s and 130s and up like they did back in the Old Testament days. We got to be preparing our family, which means you have to have a will, which means you have to have your financials in order, which means you need to have a power of attorney, which means you have to have investments in 401ks, and even you need to have life insurance that you can pass on to your living descendants, your living relatives. Even if you don't have any children, you need to find someone who you can pass on your assets to. Hopefully you have assets and just not debts. Hopefully you have assets and just not bills. Hopefully you have assets and just not clothes and jewelry. Hopefully. This is for those that are the shining jewels. Hopefully you are ready to have not just you shine, but also your family shine in the case of death. This means that you got to be able to have your finances in order. If you are a baby boomer, if you are just retiring, or if you are in position to retire, Medicaid, Medicare, these are all conversations that you need to be having with your financial advisor or someone that can advise you. And so these are conversations that should not be hush hush with your family, with your friend circles. If you are a child, or if you are a descendant of an elder or a parent that is in retirement or that is getting ready for retirement, it is time to have the money talk. It is time to have the talk with your mother, with your father, with your grandparents. Do they have their financials in order in the case of death, so that people are not having a GoFundMe account to fund the funeral? That people are not having a GoFundMe account opened up or created to have a funeral. That people are not begging other family members for money when there should have been a life insurance policy put in place. There should have been policies and procedures put in place step by step to make sure that you know what to do from A to Z, from 1 to 3, when this person passes on, because all of us will pass on. This life is but a glimpse of an eye. We are going to all pass on, and we're either going to spend our eternity in one place or the other. Hopefully it's in Topos, which is heaven, versus in Gehenna, which is hell. But we're going to be talking about that more next week, because people are playing. People are still playing. People are still playing in 2021 with their lives, you all. People are still playing with their families in 2021, you all. People are still trying to live like they are rich when they are truly broke. People are still trying to live like they are rich when they are truly broke. People are trying to live like they have it, but they don't have it. They can't even pay for their burials, you all. They can't even pay to make sure that their children are taken care of, for those who are parents. They don't even know if their house mortgage can be paid off so that it can be passed off as an asset to generations to come. The reason a lot of our nationalities and groups, especially in the Black community, are behind is not just because of slavery and just because of the free labor that was built off of our ancestors and our previous ancestors' backs. It's also based off of lack of financial education and lack of financial management. Financial management breeds financial education, and financial education leads to economic wealth and also financial wealth. So if you are someone that is still playing, let's get serious, you all, for the rest of 2021. Let's get serious for the rest of this year so that we can finish off strong. Let's get serious, you all. Do not let 2021, excuse me, do not let 2021 expire before you have a plan that is set up for you to win for the rest of this year. Do not, again, let 2021, myself included, I'm talking to myself, you all, not just those listeners who are listening on the podcast or who are listening on the live stream, not just myself, but also for you. Let's have a plan for the rest of 2021 so that we can win and that we can shine like the bright diamond jewel that we have been created to be. Because for those who believe, this is not the last life that we will live in. This is not the end. This is not the end. This is the beginning. Matter of fact, this is the beginning of something new and something great. And so choose to live healthy and to be healthy, but also choose to live financially healthy and financially well. Not just with your foods and your diet, but also let's choose to live financially well and financially good. That leads with proper management of finances and also proper retirement and financial planning in the case of death. So we're going to be talking, excuse me, a lot about that next week. This was just a short blurb today to highlight what we are doing for the rest of 2021, you all, for the second half of this year. We are talking about today forecasting into the second half of 2021 for episode 161. And this is mainly just because my guest that I had today had an emergency where they had to cancel last minute. But we still stay consistent for the RTJ show, whether it's myself or whether it's someone else that comes on. It doesn't matter. We still are going to run the jewels each and every week. And so if you've been blessed by any of season 3, you all, thanks to all of our VIP sponsors and donors that you see at the bottom of the screen. We've had anonymous donors, Smart Food Kitchen, Alana, Hope Christian International Ministries, the Hugo Bar, and even we had another recent donation this week. But feel free to leave a seed with us, you all. No seed is too large or is too small, because all of it goes back into the functioning of our podcast. We even have blue snowball mics that we have purchased, you all, based off of the funds from season 2. We have a blue snowball mic. We have lights, ring lights. We have equipment that we have purchased off of people's donations and also individual seeds that have been sown as sponsors or donors for the show. And so I'm putting on the screen how you can sow with us this year, because this is only the beginning of season 3. But we also believe that you will reap where you sow. And so these are jewels that you've been able to get throughout 2021 with the second and third quarter of this year. And so if this is you, if you have been blessed in any way, shape, or form, feel free to sow a seed with us by using our Cash App at $SMART, S-M-A-R-T, JEWELZ, or you can Venmo us at Smart Jewelz Enterprises. Smart Jewelz Enterprises is also a way that you can touch base with us. And then last but not least, you can become a local Patreon with us. We just recently started up this year our Patreon account. And so I'm excited because this is something new that we just literally started up. For those who have been following us, you can become a loyal Patreon with us because this is something. Sorry about that. You can become a local Patreon with us to get involved and to also sow into what we do for the RTJ show and the RTJ ministry. And so if this episode has been a blessing to you or any of our episodes from season 3, I'm putting in the comment section how you can be a blessing to us in our international show and international ministry. I'm your host, Julian Smart Rimple, here, King Jewels, here another Tuesday, ready, locked, and loaded to run the jewels for episode 161, you all. You all have been a blessing to us for the start of season 3 this year. Go and subscribe to our podcast that we have each and every week, launching new episodes. We're working hard this season, you all. We're not playing. We're dropping podcast episodes. We're dropping episodes that are current and live for season 3. And so we got a lot of stuff we doing, but we're going to see the fruit of our labor because we're built for the long term for Smart Jewelz Enterprises and also RTJ. And so for those who are dreamers and those who are doers, never give up on your dreams, you all. Never give up on what you said you're going to do and also what you believe that you can do, because someone out there is being inspired by your ministry. Someone out there is being inspired by you, but you can't give up. You can't give up in this season, you all. I'm tired of seeing those that have all-star potential act like they are D-leaguers. You got to be able to go out and focus and hone in on what your purpose is and what you want to do with this life, because we have this life to live, but we also have this life to give. And you have to be able to give what you have received, and you also have to be able to give your talents and to also give your gifts freely, and also give your gifts and talents with a purpose, because we all have a purpose, whether we realize it or not. We all have something inside of us, a shining jewel that Yah has given us so that we are able to shine and that we are able to shine brightly for others to see. But we have to be able to believe in ourselves, you all. We have to be able to believe that we have what it takes to win. For others to see, we have to be able to believe in ourselves, you all. We have to be able to believe that we have what it takes to win. For others to, just like you heard the replay with that in the echo, we have to be able to receive, and we have to be able to also conceive so that we can win this season, you all. And so if you have been blessed again by tonight's episode, feel free to sow a seed with us. 3 ways to sow: Cash App us, you can Venmo us, or you can become a local Patreon with the link that is also tagged in the comment section, so that you can also be a blessing with our ministry for the RTJ show. And so stay tuned for next week. We have my cousin Earl Rimple coming on to bless you all and myself with how and strategies to learn strategies, and also to get a plan to finish off the rest of 2021 financially strong and not financially weak. And so stay tuned for next week. Those are my final jewels for thought. It's been a pleasure serving with you all this evening. Go and definitely subscribe to our podcast in all podcast platforms that you have seen. We're literally on all podcast platforms. So go and take a look at any podcast platforms, whether it's Apple, Stitcher, Google, Amazon, Pandora. We're on iHeartRadio. We're everywhere, you all. We're not playing this year. We're literally on all podcast platforms. And so go and take a look at our recent episode for episode 36, I believe we dropped this week, which is talking to one of my brethren, Anthony Knight, who is a legend here in the Atlanta streets and focuses on male empowerment with our youth. And so definitely stay tuned next week for episode 162. I'll see you all soon. Have a great weekend. Hopefully you enjoyed the holiday week and the holiday break. But stay tuned, because we're starting for 3, you all. We're coming with the true fire for the rest of this year. And so definitely take a look and follow us and subscribe. Share this content with someone you know can benefit from it. And we'll see you all soon. Until we meet again, stay safe, stay hydrated, stay blessed, and make sure that you run the jewels, and also that you become the jewel that you have been created to be, because you have a purpose, you have a calling, you have a gift, you have a talent, but you cannot be having that gift or that talent sidelined in 2021 or even going into 2022. You have to be able to give it and also express it to others so that they can also receive the light that is within you. I'll see you all next week. Stay tuned, stay hydrated. Peace.